Hello, you are listening to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. My name is Danny Krastic, and today, finally, we are here with a very, very special guest, the nameless, faceless, anonymous person behind MSU Confessions. How are you doing today, Confessions?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing just fine. So to start us off here, so how did you come up with the idea to create an MSU Confessions account? Or if you're not the first person that's run the account, how did you end up in charge of it?
I'm not the person who made the account. I believe the person that did make the account basically just wanted to have fun, have a goof.
Yeah.
And I think after a few years of him running the account, and eventually I think he kind of took a break after a while. He reached out to me. I had expressed interest to him before. And we came to an arrangement that was mutually beneficial.
Yeah.
And we made a deal. I mean, that's really what it was.
Yeah,
and I run it now.
Yeah, there you go. So, well, since you've been in charge of it, at least for, the last little bit, what kind of improvements have you made that you have been like things that you've spearheaded with the account? Like,
Sure.
what was it before you got there, and what is it, now? Like, what's bad?
Well, I recall the account. I don't really have much negative to say, honestly. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a confessions page. There's really not much innovation to be had. But we do have the website now, which is we do have offerings there. People can read confessions from the past or live confessions and whatnot. That wasn't previously available. And we post way more often now, which I think just from a confession enjoying perspective, that's an improvement.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. I mean,
Yeah, I guess there's really not that much you can do with that, but yeah, as you said,
I'm always open up to ideas. Honestly, I think creative ideas are awesome.
Yeah. Well, you heard it right here. Go to. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
So what do you think? Just broad strokes or specific as you want. What do you think your service is to the school?
Well, I wouldn't say
You're not officially run through the school, obviously, but
of course, no, of course.
The community of Montclair State University.
I would say I'm not. First of all, I wouldn't. And I'm not saying that you're trying to impose anything on me or anything like that. But I wouldn't say it's a service to the school necessarily. But it's more so just to the students, and it's entertainment. That's really it. I mean, I don't view the page as anything more. Obviously, I engage in political advocacy and whatnot, but it's entertainment at the end of the day. That's what people want, and that's why people follow the page.
Yeah, absolutely. So, obviously through the website is where confessions are submitted now.
Yes.
How many roughly, ballpark, would you say you get in a given, I don't know, month?
Sure. During the school year, we get over 300 a month.
Wow.
So that's over 10 a day.
Yeah. Jeez.
On average.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And that's during the school year. During breaks and whatnot, it could go down to maybe 150-ish. Something like that.
Yeah. Still, that's a lot per day. That's a lot
absolutely.
Of confessions.
People have a lot to say.
Yeah, absolutely. So then obviously all those confessions don't get posted on the main account. So how do you decide, which ones, is it you picking which ones are the most relevant? Like how does one go through that many confessions? I
will say there's a lot of great confessions that get shared, get submitted, and don't get posted. And there's nothing wrong with them. It really does come down to personal whim. And that's not saying some confessions do suck. Some confessions are very boring, and no one wants to read them, I'm sure. But and that's just my opinion at the end of this too. And I've been very wrong about what confessions will hit and what confessions won't hit. It all comes down to personal whim. I'll take a look whenever it's time to post. I'll skim through them. I know I do have a general idea of what topics get engagement and whatnot. And I've strayed away from some that I find to be corrosive. I mean, they might be very engaging confessions, but in my opinion, they're either really distasteful or inappropriate and whatnot. I just try not to even post that kind of stuff.
Yeah. which makes sense, which makes complete sense. So personally, what is of those types of confessions, do you have like a personal favorite type of confession that you like
All
reading
right.
or like
Yeah,
seeing?
yeah, absolutely.
To?
Okay, lately I have a new favorite, and I'm sure I've talked about it in the broadcast channel. People are like sending in confessions, like clearly talking to like an ex or something,
Mhm.
like, "Oh, if you miss me, just reach out," or "I'm so happy since I left you." They're literally like, this is a message for a person,
And
and I just like read. They're hilarious to read. I just like reading them a lot.
like how are you
Um,
supposed to find the specific person?
yeah, it's going to thousands and thousands of people.
Hmm.
And I'm sure some people are reading it. They're reading it as, "Oh, is this for me?" You know what I mean? And I think that that's just hilarious.
Yeah. So the account currently, and I'm just fact checking this right now. The account currently has over 10,000 followers,
Uh, Currently, yes.
which is currently a quarter of how much the official school's Instagram account has. So
Yeah,
you are at this point one of the I mean it still is unofficial, but you are one of the bigger on-campus things, I guess we could say, in terms of social
yes,
media presence, right?
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So how would would you say that has that put any, trying to think of the right wording here. Would you say that put any pressure to like deliver a certain type of content? Or have you pretty much just
Um,
like, this is what I want to do with it. This is the kind of thing I want to post. If people like it,
yeah,
great.
I gotcha. I think staying. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just confession. Staying in the lane is important, and giving the students what they want, they're there for, is important. Um, at the same time, just to be it's a big page. You could say it's the second biggest MSU page.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
It's
there is a
definitely.
responsibility that comes with that potentially. Some people might say. I've had conversations with the administration since I took over.
Oh, really?
Not like a not an ongoing conversation, but something comes up.
Yeah.
Student safety is a priority. Um, Obviously, school, in my opinion, might have an interest in the school being portrayed a certain way. That's not a priority for me.
Hmm.
Just to be obvious. I mean, I'm not working for the administration.
Yeah.
So while that exists, I stay in my own lane. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I remember your April Fool's post last year. You did sell out to
Yes,
the.
yes, yes. That was. I don't think I could. I wish I could top it. I really can't top it because a lot of people. It
You
was it
got me.
was it was certainly absurd, but it was. I think it was just believable enough to get people.
Yeah.
Um, it was great.
Hmm. Well, recently, in addition to your normal, posting confessions that people send in, you have been doing a lot of political activism, both on the mainstream posts as well as on the stories. And so, what was it that sparked this change, and how much impact do you think that you've been having with that?
Sure. Well, I would say I haven't. It's not a big change for me. I have been posting about political issues since I took over, just not necessarily political issues that are as controversial or as alarming. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And even like whether it's as simple as I struggle to recall, but no one had problems before. Let's put it that way. No one had a lot of problems before with my political activism. And
Hmm.
if I did, it'd be a simple comment, whatever. But when you start posting about things that people don't like, then suddenly you're political. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In terms of impact, I've been very happy with the impact that we've been having. And honestly, I can't think of anything better I've done with the account.
Hmm.
Just to be honest, this is my favorite thing to do with the account.
Yeah. Well, let's take another step back. And where do you see the
Sure.
account going from here for next year, or just moving?
Um, I'm always open to creative ideas, but honestly, nothing's really stuck out to me. I've been pushing more of the broadcast channels because I think they're a lot of fun. Not everyone has access to that feature on Instagram for whatever reason. I know it's really weird. Um, a second. there might be people being added to the team soon. That's also a thing, but
Yeah,
that'll be posted when it's posted.
gotcha. So, I mean, do you have, I mean, obviously we don't know what grade level you are or anything. Are there any plans to pass on the account once
Yeah,
you're,
sure, sure.
and have you started thinking about that at all? Or are you, or has that not?
I've been thinking.
For what
It's a
reason?
thought that. Let me tell you, it's a thought that occurs immediately when you have the account. Like, obviously, you're not going to run the page forever.
Mhm.
It's a challenge, just to be very honest and blunt with you. Since the site's been added, there's a monetary aspect to the page. Let's be honest.
Mhm.
There's money being made. How do you pass something off that makes money? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is there some sort of deal that's made? Is there a split? Is it just bought out? Is it I don't know, maybe just give it to a friend who you trust? I don't know.
Mhm.
The time will come where it happens, of course.
Yeah. And then, last question, what do you think has been, some of the most noteworthy moments of the account since you've taken over?
Definitely last year's April Fools is a favorite. I can't top it. I tried to do like a shirt that's confessions. No one, I don't think people even registered it was a joke. This April Fools. That's really it. Just that last year's April Fools, the political activism that I'm engaging with right now is probably, again, the most important thing that I've ever done with the page, and the most impactful. And just having fun with people. That's all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just a goof.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then one final question. Are you
Okay.
sure we can't get a face and voice and name reveal?
I am 100% sure, my
Darn
friend.
it.
I am so sure.
Darn.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt.
All right. Well, thank you, Confessions, very much for joining us for this
Yes.
this interview. I mean, we've been talking about this for a little bit now, so I'm happy we were finally able to make this work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you very much, and just keep doing what you're doing, man.
Thank you for having me. Maybe we'll do this again soon.
Maybe. All right. Thank you.
All right. Take care, man.